Here we go. We've got some co-star love going on here.
God, it feels like such a long time.
Feels like such a long time, you said. It probably has been a while since they've all filmed together. 6 months filming took place in Budapest, Hungary, recreating 1896 New York City in Hungary. But of course, lots of productions film in Eastern Europe. Game of Thrones, of course. Yes, sir, you are. Get on in. We are live. Entertainment Weekly on Facebook right now. Pleasure to have you here speaking with us. What an interesting, fascinating character. I was just telling the folks watching that, of course, you're not a photographer. You're an illustrator. So.
Yes.
The job, I have to imagine, must have been so difficult because of trying to capture the emotion so that readers of the magazine really got a full understanding of what you are seeing.
Yes.
Simple enough. Next question.
I mean, well, it's interesting, like his talent as an illustrator very quickly gets made redundant within the first 2 episodes because these 2 young detectives that are brought into our parallel investigation bring this new contraption, this camera, which takes perfectly accurate pictures, where my drawings, being John Moore, who is a very romantic, very sensitive creature, is obviously, he's using his artistic license, and Chrysler's character notices this quite quickly, and so my character spends maybe an episode or 2 trying to find a purpose to be part of the team, and it's not the fact that he can draw anymore. I mean, we still see him use his abilities as an illustrator, but I mean, there's some very funny moments as well he has, because he's in his spare time he makes some money by doing portraits. Yes. And
didn't get the chin right.
Didn't get the chin right, which is a very funny scene.
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great. And I was telling the folks, I can't even draw a straight line. So how much of the drawing did you do yourself?
Well, you never have to draw a straight line when you're drawing someone's face.
No.
Unless they're SpongeBob.
That's what I mean. It would have been stick figures. That's the best I would have been able to do. So.
I actually was not bad. I've always been really good at drawing. I think the only thing I got an A in school was art. So it's been a while since I've put charcoal to paper, but it was actually very fun.
Well, the dynamic between you, Daniel, Dakota, it's I really enjoyed seeing that come to life on screen. Never mind the mystery, the psychological thriller aspect of all of it, but watching the 3 of you together is really something. Tell me from your perspective, they've all spoken about it as well, but creating your dynamic.
Well, over a film of 2 hours, you probably could focus much more solely on the finding the killer, because you only have 2 hours. When you have 10 hours, you are able to really enjoy and delve into the relationships between these characters. You have 10 hours. 10 hours is a long time. That's 3 movies, Yeah. And that's how I think of it. I was thinking at least 3 movies. Some of
3
even
Titanics.
Shorter. Yeah, 3 Titanics, there we go. And some.
Yeah.
So in a way, it was being able to have that amount of time in the television world to be able to develop our characters and understand the dynamic and the chemistry, which changes and fluctuates massively from the moment that, for example, when Moore and Sarah Howard meet, my character and Sarah Howard meet, to where they are in episode 10. I mean, it's an extraordinary journey, and you'll go with them on this journey, and you'll feel for him, you'll feel for her, you'll feel for them. You'll want many things when you're watching the story, because 10 hours is a wonderful thing. The audience will come with us on this journey, and the relationship between the 3 of them really does go to many places that are unexpected and very rewarding.
Well, the 3 of them aside, your character solo, episode 2, which I finished watching today, oh boy, you already get into quite a predicament, which of course I know you can't reveal where that goes, but I just found it interesting that the illustrator almost kind of becomes detective himself a little bit.
Well, he's put on the spot. He's told by Chrysler, that maybe he hasn't got a purpose to be in the team anymore, because maybe he's already played his card. And Moore, being the headstrong, highly functioning alcoholic that he is, decides that maybe he has a way into a part of the underbelly of New York City that Chrysler wouldn't have access to, and he gets himself into a very sticky situation, which you will...
That's one word for it.
Yes, sticky.
Yes. So I mean, I'm going to assume things turn out okay for him after that situation. But oh no.
You have to wait until episode 3.
That's
to
quite
see
the
what
tease there. Oh man, all right, we're
This
gonna have
is something
to wait
you
for
can
that.
do, in television, which I've never done before. You can actually give them a bit of a cliffhanger and go,
Right.
Wait, tune in next week
You
for
don't
what
have that
happens
luxury
on the
film, do you?
Alienist.
No,
you
well,
don't.
maybe there was a bit of a cliffhanger in a certain Fate of the Furious.
True,
Does
and
that
The Hobbit.
mean-
Unfortunately, there's a book,
Right,
so
right,
they knew
right.
I killed the dragon. Anyway, whatever.
Any chance we'll see you in a Fast and Furious spinoff? Considering your on-screen
I'm
brother.
alive. I'm alive. That's
Right.
all I can say.
He's
I have
alive.
a mum. I have a brother.
Yes, you
I have
do.
a big scar on my face. That's all I know.
What a great actress playing your mom as well.
She's
How about
one
that?
of them. Just shot a movie with her.
Yeah. Oh,
we
another
just-
one.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Luc Besson movie in Paris and Moscow. Yeah.
Looking forward to that
She's
one.
fantastic.
Then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll talk about
congratulations.
that another
As are
time.
you. Yes. Thank you so
Take
much.
care.
Pleasure. Have a great night. Nice to see you. So there you go. Some nice teases from him. Not only about the Alienist, his character, I will say, starts to explore the underbelly of the city. Tries to learn more about the young boy who has been killed, and gets into a bit of a dicey situation. And well, the tables get turned on him a bit. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, I won't say anything more. I won't spoil anything. But you heard him say it. You're going to have to tune in then to episode 3 to find out what happens to this John Moore. So we are still coming to you. If you were just tuning in from the premiere of The Alienist here at the wonderful Paramount Pictures Studios in Hollywood, The Alienist premieres Monday, January 22nd. Got that right. It's a little cold out here. My mouth is starting to freeze up, I feel. At 9 p.m. Pacific and Eastern on TNT. Oh, pardon me, guys. We are still seeing a few stars roll in here. It is this series. If you are not familiar, it is based on the book by Caleb Carr, which was published over 2 decades ago. It almost became a movie at one point, but now, of course, it is a 10-part series, which you will absolutely want to tune in for. I mentioned earlier to folks watching, it reminds me in terms of the pacing, the psychological intrigue of something like a Breaking Bad. There is a lot at stake, so there's also that going for it in terms of death and life are all at play here. So there's absolutely a lot going on. Folks over there are taking more photos. As I mentioned, the all-important photos from a premiere here. Yeah, thanks. We have hi, spoken with. Oh, no, you're fine. Yes, please. Yeah. We will talk to our not quite yet President Teddy Roosevelt here in just a minute. Brian Garrity will be joining us. Yes. He's going to go take a photo. Then he'll come back. Got to jump in there. The president has to be part of the photo shoot. Stay tuned here with us on Facebook Live. We will be joined by Brian Garrity here in just a minute, as soon as these photos are done, from the premiere of The Alienist, debuting in just a couple Mondays, January 22nd on TNT. 9 o'clock, Eastern and Pacific. We'll snag Brian Garrity. Hi. Yeah.